as exciting as this. I'll tell you that right now. But
Hello. Oh my God. Where's Sifu? Sifu, what are you doing here? If my survivor's not Stockwatch, waiter.
I just had to slide into frame. Sorry.
I would say that was pretty cool. I was like, wait,
where'd
what's going on, y'all?
How's it going, Sifu? How are you doing today on this fine Friday morning?
Oh, just fabtabulous. That's my word. You guys can use it if you want. It's okay.
Honestly, I might have to start picking it up. Fabtabulous.
Yeah.
When in Rome, man. I'm glad you're having a fabtabulous day. But join with us is the very, very kind one and only Sifu. And also Josh Pickles here. Two special guests, if you ask me, both equal in value. I'm sorry, Sifu and Josh, to equate y'all to one another. But Sifu, how are you enjoying Survivor 49 so far? It's right before 50. Do you feel pressure to just like binge 49 just to get it over with and to get to 50, or do you not want to even care about 50? Like, how do you view it?
Yeah, no, I think 49 is a tough spot for the players for sure, because we've been talking about 50 for a long time. I mean, I honestly thought they talked about 50 a little too soon, but it is a big milestone, so I get the point. 49 is giving me different personalities from every person. It doesn't feel like they've reached far back to find the same people, like the coaches and this and that. I know we're going to get taste of that throughout, like, personalities, but everybody's different, and I like where we're headed so far. I think it started off a little slow. That's just me personally, but it definitely has picked up, and I'm excited where it's at now. So,
I mean, some of the best Survivor seasons start out slow as well. I mean, 46, I
didn't say 45.
I mean, you could you can only say it with like how the Lulu downfall of it all. Like, if you're not a fan of the losing tribe, because that's been a big thing, then you wouldn't like 45. With like how the fandom was between 41 and 43, like, or 41, 44. Like, see, if you saw the comments for 45, like that was a very popular. Even to this day, people are still saying it's like one of the better seasons of Survivor in general. So no, there's no Survivor 45 slander here.
Oh, good.
Don't worry, we are all lovers.
All right, I was prepared to fight.
No.
Wait, do you typically get like bad rep for 45?
Dude, I actually get praise for 45.
Yeah, 45.
I mean, they came back. What was that? The first year they brought 90 minutes back. I mean, or not brought it back, but they turned it into 90 minutes, and it just, I don't know. You got a longer arc for people, a deeper story, some really cool challenges, and I mean, I consider us like old new era. You know what I mean? Like,
it's been some time. It's been time,
right?
And that, I mean, even while it was airing 245, it felt like an old school season. Just the style of gameplay, everything about it. Someone trying to quit and Sifu still getting votes. So
I know. Wait,
what can we do about that?
Hold on. Who voted Sifu?
Who voted Sifu? We had to say it one time. Come on. And in the chat too, we have another 45 guest.
Wait, who's in the chat?
We got Bruce. we got big Bruce.
Yes, we did have the auction. But anyways, I don't know. 49, just to like wrap that up, is a good season so far. I love it. I think they have a big shoes to fill for like what's to come, and what already has happened. But it's a different feel for me, and I'm excited to see where it goes, especially now that we're at the merge. Like, let's go.
Oh yeah, Josh. Like, it's the merge. Do you think the past 7 episodes have all just been like a gradual setup for a very explosive pre-merge? Do you think it was just slow because it was slow? Like, I know you haven't talked much yet.
I think it's the opposite of what you said. I think it's been setting up for a really explosive merge. Right now, I feel like that whole pre-merge, pre-jury era, everything was so predictable. They set up each episode to kind of give you an idea of who was going to go home. We didn't really get a lot of blind sides. The audience was always informed where the vote was going to go, so we weren't really shocked. I feel like the one time that I was really surprised was when Jake's episode, when Jake went home for the medevac, and seeing that Jeremiah also had to get voted out later that night.
Right.
So right now, with Savannah playing tough, we have MC, this whole idol thing coming out, Rizzo with the whole idol not playing it last night. I think now is the time where we see who's on the bottom, but we know that they can be the scrappiest players this season. So I'm ready to see a fight. And we're seeing it with 10 people left, not at 7, not at 6, not at 5. We're seeing it now. So I'm really excited to see what's to come because I think now is the entertainment. This is the gameplay. This is what we're looking for. Because last season, I'll be honest, great season, but some of it was a little bit predictable. We knew where those alliances were. Nobody really saw Kyle and Camilla, and they had the whole game in the palm of their
wrapped.
Right now, it's still up for grabs. The people who had power before this episode, they don't have power now. So how do they adapt? How do they overcome that? And I'm really excited to see where the rest of the season goes.
100%.
My words exactly, by the way. I think
literally, I can't even add to that because that just laid the ground floor for where we're at. And then seeing, I think episode 8, that's going to be the defining moments of okay, this is where we go. This is the lines that were drawn, and how do we play from here?
Yeah.
I'm happy that everyone, for the most part, is shown to be playing extremely hard and competitively. That's something I feel like we just didn't really get to experience last season. I felt like last season was very focused on the actual relationships between each player, and which is a fine season. It is just very different. And I think right now a lot of people are clamoring for just like high octane Cambodia-esque strategy now.
Right.
And power shifts and people like not wanting to just be loyal to an alliance and people flipping. And the whole Uli v Hina war seems a lot more fair than a lot of fans originally thought back when like Matt and Jason were just getting plucked off one by one. But moving along, for the dear audience, I do apologize. We do not have the little graphics. However, that does not stop us from still keeping order and maintaining peace and balance.
That's why they have Sifu on for order and peace and balance.
If I was going to court and I saw Sifu as the judge, I'm in good hands. Sifu, I'm just saying, that'd be a good fit for you. You should consider.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'm not in the courts anytime soon.
No, you're just the judge. Just the judge.
Okay, good.
Don't you worry.
No jury.
We should have prepared a graphic for that.
Sifu's in the room, order. But
So do you guys think Kelly is in a good spot or a bad spot?
I think good spot still. Kelly, I
think
like
OG Kelly.
No, just like right now. I mean, there's 2 of them, so I mean, it's like, are they floaters? Are they going to be influenced? Like a big influence, or should they be seeing them like that? The other tribes.
No,
I feel like because nobody has looked at them because of how many numbers they've had right now, they're still worried about where the actual numbers are.
Right.
Just in terms of those tribal lines, they say that they want them over. I still feel like they're still playing into it. Right. I don't feel that the old Hina members feel that the odds have been equalized. I feel like they might need to capture another soul before they can say, you know what, it's fair game. You took out Matt and Jason. We have to avenge them.
I see.
Damn.
I like that. Capture another soul.
They have to capture another soul. You're mine. I see MC and Steven saying, I'm taking one of you, Uli members.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, look at the votes the dude got. I mean, you can't walk away. That's the thing about tribal. I mean, I know it's funny going back to my season and when I got that first vote, I'm telling you, it was when I saw Sifu and I was like, oh, Sean's gone. No problem. Of course he's gone. But I saw my name. It did something to me. It changed me. I was like, I'm going to explode. So like seeing your name written down several times, I don't know. I think it's going to ignite. You're right. A more of a war than we see before. Like he's going to gun and figure out who's next and how we can do this and how we can chop people down, because it's more than just, oh, I got votes, okay, but someone else is gone. It's like in a personal attack for some reason when you're out there.
Yeah. As much as we like joke about like who voted Sifu, I'm sure it's very terrifying, especially when Sean was such a slam dunk. Like he asked to go home. He did
not
dunk, and then all of a sudden the first vote Sifu. You're like, what?
I'm telling you, it's so funny in hindsight, of course. But in the moment, like it was trending on Twitter, and I just started laughing. But in my head, I'm like, I was so serious asking that, because when he said he didn't vote me, I was like, oh my god, those could not beep 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 beep, and I was just like, this drew the line for me. But I felt so attacked, and I was like, I thought we were working together. I thought we were at least going to be cohesive to the merge, yada yada yada. And it changed my whole approach. I started being more investigative. I started like cooling my engines off a little bit and listening in and being more with the tribe and blending in until I could snap and cut. But, anywho, it just changed me. And I know that that's going to ripple into Steven's movements moving forward. So,
yeah. And speaking of Steven, Steven very, very early on, I hate to just be like very nerdy, be like, well, Steven, episode 1, minute 20 did this. But do you think Steven is a cool, calm, collected player? Because very early on, you had a scene of him trying to make his one-on-one alliances. And I remember it soured me on Steven as a player very early on, because he made a bunch of alliances with people. He's having his moment, and then immediately got paranoid that the same was happening to him and that he was getting played. And so it was to me, it was weird seeing Steven go from that kind of player episode 1 when he was playing with like, Matt and Jason, no offense to them, and versus now where he's getting thrown votes at from pretty strong players, from Sophie B, who just survived 6 tribal councils and easily surviving another. The whole alliance of Savannah and Rizgod and Nate, and like the Hinas, they were kind of shown to be a little lost, like a little tiny lost. So do you think this will just reinforce him being able to take in votes and handle the pressure well, like he did this episode?
Yeah.
Or do you think Steven's going to crack next episode?
I think he's gonna crack, to be honest, because he's gonna. Well, first off, I know what he was doing in the beginning, because he's just reaching and trying to figure it out, and who's going to talk to me and what can I use as my strength towards someone else. Like, if we're going to nerd out, let's nerd out. If we're going to talk about this, let's talk about this. But now that he's gotten votes, and they're heavy votes against strong player, or from strong players, he's going to start to realize, I need to find a group and stick with it super strong and super tight. Either that's option A, where he sticks with them super tight, and then it's like, whatever you need me to do, I'll throw a vote there, I'll throw a vote here, or he will go rogue and be like, I need to figure this out, I'm going to jump ship, etc. I see more of the first option, where he sticks in super tight, because that's what we've seen and hope to see, and then he comes in where he needs to with the right vote or with the right idea to get someone out. I don't necessarily think he's going to go out and jump ship, but he could. Who knows? I mean, what we've seen, he's going to stick with somebody for sure.
100%. And no matter what, he still has MC, and they've still been a very clear cut duo. They haven't been shown to like want to target each other. So
Speaking of MC, what a strong, holy crap, what a strong moment.
100%. Josh, I was sad for Josh, because Josh was betting money that MC would win the first challenge. And then when I saw that, I saw it play out, and I'm like, this wasn't fair for MC or Josh.
I kept saying Sifu. I think MC is the one to beat this season. I think toward the end of the season, I feel like her edit is showing us how great she is in competitions. And I feel like when they show a player like that, it always falls flat, especially when we're not seeing too many strategic conversations in their confessionals. Right. So I have a feeling that she's probably going to get like a Maria edit from like 46, the one to beat toward the end, cut right at the end, and is just going to be, everyone's going to be rooting for MC coming into finale night, and someone's going to get her.
You think MC's making a deep run?
I do. Oh yeah, why not? You think MC's not gonna make a deep run?
No, I'm just by what you're saying.
Josh is very defensive.
I love.
Oh, we got Team MC over here.
Okay.
I am Team MC, and it's interesting to hear you relate that to a Maria edit, because there were missing, like, a lot of missing pieces in Maria's edit to give her more of a character or structure to how we ended up where we were. Like, even the Charlie thing, it's like, wait, I thought you guys were like glue, and then at the end, you're like, that doesn't make any sense. So you're right, they are showing her as a strong player. I could also see that. I could see her making an individual immunity domination and just completely winning, just outdoing everybody, and then kind of doing what's his name, a Ben, where he just has to win or has to find an idol and has to win, has to find an idol, and they're like, we can't get her out. Like, that's what I see for MC.
Yeah, no.
100%.
Do we think MC's breaking the individual immunity record? She only needs to win 5.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
1,000%. Yeah.
The one of the longest running.
She's yoked, and she's nimble. She's after it. She's ready to get it. She's not afraid to be hungry. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty. So love it.
Sifu, you seem like someone who likes to make fun of people on Reddit all the time. Did you see the? I just feel like you like you. I feel like I know who you are. Yeah. Did you see the post MC made where, like, when did the casting reveal for Survivor 49, everyone and their grandmas were dogging on Hina about how Hina's going to be the losing tribe and how they're going to suck at everything. And then MC posts a montage of Hina getting first in every single challenge.
Yeah. I did see the montage. I didn't see it on Reddit, but the montage was crazy good. Yeah.
And, like,
my experience with Reddit ended after 45, so I never in my life have seen thousands of threads about myself, and I was like, I should probably, this is not productive for me to be 2-3 hours deep into comments about how I am, and they have no clue who I am. And but there are some fun, exciting things on Reddit that I do find myself going to. I don't know. MC is that type of person, though, that is going to prove you wrong. So I really hope that no one's like, oh, you guys probably can't do this to her, because then they're going to light a fire under her booty. So,
yeah. And one thing about Josh is that he's Team MC. I also appreciated that MC.
These are comments? Okay.
Oh yeah, we have the live chat, so occasionally I just pull them up. But I liked how MC did not buy into Savannah's gameplay. And I appreciated how Savannah was clearly trying to pry and make the situation feel uncomfortable when MC was grabbing the little key and chest. And I think MC played it off the best you could possibly play it off. I don't think she really burnt any bridges with Savannah. Savannah understood that clearly, like, MC is on the other side. It's finding an idol. Obviously, this is bad news for MC. She does not want this, but she has to be forced to deal with it. I just wish she didn't say that she was trying to find a key. I just wish she would have been like, you know why I'm out here. You know what I'm looking for. Like,
what a hell of a dive, though, right? Are we not going to?
We'll talk about the dive.
Okay, yeah. No, not the dive. I'm just saying that was impressive. I just wanted to make a point.
Oh, you're all good. And Josh, how did you feel about the MC idol find? Does that boost MC to number?
Honestly, I really like the fact that we have like a Survivor player who's willing to go for the keys. Just go for it. Go for it. I love players who kind of are instinctual like that and will just go and jump on it. We haven't really seen a lot of people who are willing to block somebody from getting an idol and are willing to get physical. Like it's something we haven't seen in a while. So honestly, it ignites a little bit of excitement
Spicy.
when I see something like that.
Yeah. It's spicy, man. I mean, but as far as like advantage talk, it must be a new era thing to tell everybody everything. Because that is so interesting about the Rizzo idol and well, I guess what was it, Sophie who found the knowledge is power?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was good, not kind of spreading that. But I don't know. I want to see how they work the idol play moving forward. I want to see if it has anything to do with the gameplay at all, or if they're just saving their own booties. Because what I like to see with it is like, I'm playing this for my Josh, you know what I mean? And then it's like, bam, you save this person, you save that person. That's what I'd like to see with idols and advantages moving forward in this game. I kind of think that's what we're going to get out of this season. I hope it is.
Yeah, I feel like they're putting a lot more emphasis into the idols than they normally do. I feel like they seem more important, and they feel like they have more of a purpose than like the last few seasons, because I feel like we haven't really been seeing a lot of advantages get fleshed out. It's usually just like the players went on a journey this episode, so we have to show the idol and trinkets they get, or people losing votes. And I don't know. I think even Survivor recognized that everyone keeps telling everyone everything. I think that's why the knowledge of power was introduced, was just to help limit and keep players more paranoid, instead of just bunching up and making one power structure and just having everything while everyone else has nothing. I feel like you're truly poor on Survivor. You know,
you are
like not in hunger, just in status.
Yes, because it's like we have zero clue what you're saying behind after our conversation, and that again is why Survivor is still on the screen, is because it's like we are hoping and invested in that trust that I'm building with you as we're out here in this unique experience. So if I talk to you and we're like, hey, we are going to be Hina strong and we're going to do this, I have no clue if you're building a bridge with the other people and you're going to backstab me and you're pushing me in the forefront to make me some face of this person. And now he's the next person voted out. It's like, that is why fans show up every week to watch the show, because, and of course the challenges and all that, but like, it is truly unique and it is always evolving. And out there as a player, you literally have to invest in your conversations. And that conversation that you have with somebody, it either is the entire world or it crumbles as your entire world. And that's what we continue to see when people get blindsided to votes or things that are, new twists and advantages that come up. It's like, I trust these people, these sets of things, and this is what happens, and then boom, smash, bam.
It's what makes like the actual game of Survivor so interesting and fun and make for good TV. Because like, yes, Survivor is a fun TV show. I'm not going to argue against that. We all know that. That's why we're here. We're doing. See, if you were on Survivor, you know what's up.
Yeah.
But like, if you've ever sat down and tried to pitch the idea of Survivor as a game, like imagine if you're trying to pitch it as a board game and you're like, so you're building trust with people and you have to vote someone out and that's it. And it's so non-linear. There's so many different ways you can approach the game. I've always found that to be interesting. Josh, I see you squirming over there. Do you want to start talking about some Survivor people? You want to talk about Nate real quick?
Yeah, let's dig it.
I
see Josh. I like to just make fun of Josh sometimes.
Do we have last week's graphics that we can?
We don't have last week's. I do apologize. But Nate is a player that happened, came and went. I felt really bad because I think he had a lot of potential and a lot of chops. I think largely he kind of got played by just the fact that he's the clear outsider, which made him the easy target from the other alliance. And I think if he wasn't on such a Gen Z, Gen Alpha tribe and maybe had some more older people, maybe on another cast, maybe 45. I feel like 45 had some older people.
Nate
Am I right or wrong?
Been great with Bruce and Mama J. He would have blended in great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You put him on put Nate on like Something tells me Reba. I think Nate's a Reba guy.
Yeah.
Just a different
And
red.
Just
Different shade of red.
It's for the red, right?
just those damn tribes.
But again, I mean, maybe I'm speaking from the player standpoint, but like
No, go
it
ahead.
does, like age does matter. Like it does play in a role. Even that I know it's so funny, but like he didn't know the lingo. That's cinema vibes. It's like I barely know that lingo. Like so I get it. And so that does separate him from some of the conversations too. Because if he's trying to figure out how to talk to young people, that plus actually doing it, plus what's already happening, he's behind. So we did see that funny thing, but what I saw is that he is behind on connections. And his connections, they might be genuine because people think he's cool or he's contributed in some way, but he's not able to grasp what people are doing or how they're talking or the connection or the vibes, right? He's behind on that. And so we do see that. And that's why he, kind of his fate was written from that.
Yeah. But even still, like he was doing a fair enough job, especially in the pre-merge. It was just fell apart by him being the target. Not even
that.
He was just a safer vote because Rizzo told everyone and their grandma that he has the idol, which spread to everyone and their grandma. Which again, I don't know why we're doing that in the Big 25. We can keep secrets.
Yes.
MC had it right, and then
Yes.
it backfired. So I'll give Josh that. But and then Josh, I forgot our direct rankings, but I'm positive the next two on our list is Sophie S and Christina.
On our total list
Yeah.
for the week, no. The next person is actually So the next person on our list to talk about is actually Rizzo.
Rizzo's number 9.
Rizzo's number 10.
Rizzo's number 10.
Yeah, Rizzo is number 10. So
Rizzo's last.
Rizzo is significantly at the bottom right now.
Interesting.
Over Christina?
Very much at the bottom. So I could start if you want on why.
Yeah,
Rizzo,
let's go.
I actually ranked him at number 9.
Because that's intriguing to me. I would have thought he was higher.
I ranked him number 9 this week because I think in terms of what we've seen so far at the merge, right now, all we've been given is that there is a old Hina alliance that has taken in Jawan, that has taken in Sage, that's taken in Alex. They have the numbers. Right now on paper, for what we've seen so far, Rizzo should absolutely be one of the next 2 people to go. I listed Savannah at 10. I think Savannah should go next only because everybody has talked about she's a threat, she's a threat, she's a threat. So right now on paper, it looks like it's leaning towards that. That's why I ranked them so low.
Did you watch episode 7, the end, dude? Like he could have played his idol, and he literally put a massive target on his head. I respect him for that. Almost like a Tony Vlachos thing, like, hey, here's my idol. And that makes the most sense to make everybody vote for him, and he stood his ground and he didn't even play it. I think that was amazing. And now he takes that and can just play it next episode or whatever that might be. But I would put him way higher than that, at least 6.
I know, but it's just for me, it's just like looking at it. If he played it next episode, that means he's at 9 without an idol. I don't take him as an immunity threat, so I feel like on paper he's got to go. Right now, if Rizzo wants to get higher on my list, he has to prove it to me. Right now, I haven't seen it strategically. I know he didn't play his idol, but I haven't seen it strategically. I haven't seen someone who can win immunity competitions. Yeah. And right now, he doesn't have the numbers. So for me, Rizzo, this next episode, he has to play himself into the numbers, and I have to see it. So right now, he's shown he is completely on the bottom. You come onto this tribe, you believe Jawan and Sage's story. That already is a fault because they got you once, now they got you twice. So right now, Rizzo isn't in.
Yeah, but you got to remember, a dead man can't speak for themselves.
Good point.
Yep. Dead man tell no tale.
So when they voted, whoever's gone can't speak for themselves. So it's like, yeah, they're going to believe it because they can't talk anything else. They have to believe that. So I gotta invalidate that, man.
Based on what I've seen, I was hoping that Savannah's radar would come on and say, Juwan, can't trust him. Now Savannah knows she can't trust Juwan.
Okay. You're saving yourself there.
They've been building that up. So is Juwan in Savannah this kind of rivalry? Is that going to be something that we're going to see as like a significant storyline? Because they've been building this up since episode 1.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see where this is going to end.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Katora Jake beef because it's very one-sided in nature. One person is going off and the other person is blissfully unaware. I'm just saying, I'd hate to make callbacks to 45 and suck up to the guest, but I think no matter what, it was apt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She had beef with Bruce. She got sideswiped by Caleb and Jake. I mean, she had a fun go at it for sure.
I mean, if you're not gonna win Survivor, might as well beef with everyone. It makes for better TV, anyways. Like,
okay, so who? If you have Rizzo at 9, who's 8?
Yeah, who is 8?
So wait, so right now Rizzo's total for us right now.
The combined.
So
I have them at number 7.
So number 9. Because so you had him at 7, Will. I had him at 9. Our number 9 cumulative, whatever, all of us, is Juwan. So Juwan is the second lowest on our list here. And I feel like when I'm looking at this list that we've had with our rankings put together, it seems that like it's a very unorthodox order because there's going to be players that are really intermingled. And I think this was a really wacky episode because before we had really predictable boots or we knew what was going to happen. Here, coming into it, I don't think we really had any idea. I don't know a single person who I had talked to who predicted that Nate was going to go home this episode. I think Nate was in a really good standing, and I was pretty shocked. But for Juwan, I mean, this ranking I don't agree with. I actually had Juwan, I think maybe like 7.
Huh.
I had him at 7. I
Is
thought
that because he's kind of playing hard?
Well, just in terms of the numbers for me, I had Savannah and Rizzo at the bottom. I actually had Sophie third lowest. I put all 3 of them on the bottom because Sophie made it seem that with her conversation with Alex that it was going to be these two, separated and going with each other's alliances and playing their own game, even though they're like, hey, we have each other's back. But Sophie played herself into the bottom. She has a knowledge is power, but here's where it gets tricky. I don't see Sophie playing that on Rizzo because I see her wanting to work with Rizzo in this game, especially with Savannah. She's chosen that side. She's put herself with those numbers. So now she has to live with it. So I actually am going to make a bold prediction.
Let's go. Come on, drum roll.
I think Sophie is going to play her knowledge of power on the merge idol that's replanted. I think she's going to find it, and she's going to realize that we need more firepower on our side. So now that MC's idol is gone, they all know that they need a look. So Savannah's got to try and find one. Rizzo needs to try and find another one, or Sophie needs to find it for herself. But that knowledge of power I feel like it's got to be played. So I would love a situation where someone finds it and Sophie plays it. But I don't know if any of you have something to say on Juwan.
Actually, I do. And I want to talk to Sifu in particular about Juwan because my opinions of Juwan kind of plays into the fact that Josh, you could stay. It's okay. You're eating.
I'm
okay,
gonna get a glass of water real quick. Give me a sec.
No, you're all good. So, whenever I talk to a Survivor alumni, right? Typically, what I'm always told is there's only so much of Survivor you don't see. There's hours and days and days and days of footage. So I've been low on Juwan for a very long time. I don't think Juwan has a very strong edit because I think he will say something in his confessional and then shown doing something else, right? Case in point, like last episode, Sage goes to Juwan saying, "Hey, like we need to vote out Shannon. Like we need Shannon gone." Juwan then gets a confessional saying, "Like I'm not ready to turn on Uli," and my stance is that because the editors are deliberately showing us Juwan saying that he still trusts Uli, or this episode where right before Tribal he's like, "I want to take a shot at Rizzo. I need Rizzo gone for my game." And he's then shown voting someone else, voting Nate, voting Shannon. I don't think that Juwan is playing the game bad. I think as a person, he's playing his most optimal moves. I will not make fun of him for it. However, I don't think that Juwan, the player, is actually getting supported by the edit. And because you're an actual player and you're able to see better between the lines, between of like what is just the reality TV getting sent to me and what's the actual Survivor. Do you think that has any basis in anything, or am I just like defending myself, shitting on Juwan? You know, like
I think it has basis for sure. You know, I don't think he's getting purpled at all by any means, but I do think there are laps of information that show us a little bit more about him and how unique or how maybe invested he is in conversations. I mean, there were a lot of conversations that I had within Reba that I was a part of some conversation with Austin and Drew about certain advantages they just didn't show. So it looks like I'm on the outs of that, but I knew a few things. Like whenever Caleb came to visit, and this is just flashbacks to 45, we had all talked about different things that he might present and what he came with and what he's going to do and why is he pulling us aside. Like we did talk cohesively, but a lot of things made us look like I was on the out and J Maya was on the out. But so yeah, I do think it's definitely part of the edit. I feel like he has a pivotal role coming up because they do show him quite a bit in the conversations. And that's what's interesting about the edit is if you do, as a long fan of the show, if you do pay attention to it, you will see some things like some golden nuggets. And it's like, I need to pay attention to that player. Juwan's one of those players I would pay attention to. He's either going to be involved in one of the biggest moves or one of the biggest blindsides. And, you know, for this whole season. That's just a feeling I have based off the edit. But yeah, I would say they're not giving him the best, like as far as development. And that I would keep your eye out for him because there's something special coming up, I believe. So,
yeah, no, and I get that too. And I'm not saying he's purpled. I'm just saying that he's shown to be contradictory. But it's not even his. It's not. But it's not Juwan's fault either. It is like I rant about editors all the time. There's no one I hate more than editors.
Let me tell you, if we're gonna do a small rant on editors, I do think that Survivor is hard because you have 18 people and they all have individual stories. So we know that. But they do get it wrong sometimes with certain people. And I believe that I lived out there for 24 hours a day and you guys see 90 minutes. So it's like, I think me personally as a player, I thought there were more important things to show than what I saw. So I agreed with what you're saying about Juwan. You're going to see what they're giving you based off of the end result of the episode rather than Juwan's individual game player story, because it may not matter to what happens at Tribal as much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where the contradictory could come from.
And that's part of the fun I have is that's what I base my rankings personally on. It's less about like who is in the best standings and just who I think is having the best edit that makes them win. I'm that kind of nerd, Sifu. I'm sorry. I know back
yourself. Do you do editing?
No, I don't do editing. I found it. I treat it like a game. So it's like whenever I watch Modern Survivor, and actually Survivor 45, I got it so I got it so wrong, and it was so bad. I had Hannah Rose as my first draft preseason pick.
Oh.
And then after that, after the first
gracefully.
Hey, but you know what? And then I immediately pivoted into Sean. So
it was. Yeah.
I was made fun of a lot back in the day for that. Anywho,
it's like let's move past my trauma.
Past me not being good at watching Survivor. at a number 8 spot is very interesting because I don't know how she's below Christina in Sophie S. But we have Savannah at number 8, and it's okay, Gemini. And Savannah's at number 8. Do we think this episode was a death sentence for Savannah? I think that is the big question. Do we think that Savannah has a shot to win still, or is this the beginning of the end and we're now going to watch the Savannah downfall?
I think, honestly, to start this off, the bigger question is, at this point, does Rizzo see that losing Savannah is better for his game? Can he still swim, or will he sink without Savannah? If he needs Savannah, then this isn't a death sentence because they're just going to use that idol for their advantage. Maybe even Sophie clues in Savannah and Rizzo about the knowledge is power. And that could be something that could really be huge for the rest of this season. Maybe, Sifu, here's another theory. Like you said, Jawan is a bigger player. What if Jawan finds the merge idol? Sophie plays a knowledge is power, and they blindside Jawan.
See, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Ooh.
That's spicy. That's
That
what I'm
would be
saying.
good.
I think Jawan plays a pivotal role in that somewhere. Something like that would be, astounding. That'd be crazy. If Savannah were to play Rizzo more, like if she did that going forward and just was like, I'm severing kind of like ties. I'll act like I care. But if she just like played him, I think that would bring her back in the fold. But what I think is going to happen is she's just going to ride the wave as long as she can. Like she is an outstanding player. Like she is someone that's outspoken and things like that. But I think that she might start to say like, hey, I'm just going to step back and blend in a little bit and move with the waves. I hope she does that just for an episode or two.
Can I actually add one more thing onto Savannah?
Yeah.
You know
Go
what was
ahead.
something that I really liked about Savannah's game, and it showed a lot more of how she's playing. And
Right.
it was this episode, was one specific thing that I think makes a big difference. She will go up to you. She's a great talker. She'll go up to you. She'll look you in the eye, shake your hand, say, I want to play with you. I want to play with you. She has a way of speaking.
Yeah.
There's something about her personality where she can convince you to work with her. And even though I have her low, you can't help but say she's a great player. Whether she wins the game or not, she's somebody who understands this game through and through and knows how to play it. And I feel like when it comes to a Survivor player, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sifu, but my take is some people played a great season and some people have this thing that they take a part of them like every single day that they bring into the game that helps them. And I feel like Savannah is that latter. I feel like she, with her job and the way that she works with a lot of people, I mean, being a reporter is really beneficial. We've seen Rick Devens. Like, we see what that can do. Personality, you're already on TV, so you're not afraid to be in front of people. You're not afraid to start a conversation. You're not
right. Look at Sam from 47.
Yeah.
You're not afraid to ask the right questions. And Savannah's another person who can do that. So I think
now, I think you're right on. And that that's why I say look at Sam from 47. He's a reporter for the Titans, I believe. And they just are great with bringing that into the game. I mean, just like lawyers. I mean, those typecasts are important because of the nature of what they do. So you can't rule Savannah out. And you're right. She is almost like a D where it's like you believe her and she's talking to you and you're like, yes, I'd love to work with you. I'd love to be it's very enticing. So there is something to be said about that. As a player, I think she could dominate and do really well if she continues that on.
Yeah.
But I did say, I would like to see her blend in a little bit because she's going to be seen as a too hard of a player and we got to get her out. She's going to win the game at the end. I mean, at some point, everybody's exposed. But, she needs to play that a little bit softer and then come out. You know what I mean? Like, because it's gonna get shown quickly if she doesn't.
I kind of disagree. I think this episode, Savannah had cracks. She tried to extend the olive branch to MC, and MC just point blank did not believe her whatsoever and did not give an inch, you know? And so I think it's going to be interesting watching Savannah play from the bottom. And I think now is when the game is truly alive. I think every player, except for Sophie S, because Sophie S just hasn't been vulnerable yet, has felt on the bottom, ostracized, or genuine fear at least one point in the game. Everyone's been on the bottom at one point in time, and everyone came close to getting voted out because of just how the tribe swaps happened. And I'm very excited to see how Savannah will kick it into gear. Because I think personally, I think she's going to try to spend some time being under the radar. But once you are labeled a big threat, I've noticed it's very hard to get rid of that moniker, right? Like same thing happened with Kenzie, where she never really lost her big threat status throughout 46, even given to her from Banu. Right. Similar with like Genevieve and Rachel, even when Genevieve had no allies and no capital whatsoever in 47, she was still labeled a big threat. So sometimes you just have to own it. And like what we were talking about earlier with Rizzo and Tony Vlachos, sometimes you just have to increase your threat level and just play with it.
Yeah, I could say I agree with that too. You know, even because you make a good point. Like it, and you cannot play scared, so I can agree to that. But you also do need to play smart and adapt to every situation. But playing scared, like Jeff before we started the game, came out and would give us a speech, and he was like, "Play like it's your second time playing." And when he said that, it just made me like, okay, I'm going to go look for idols. I'm going to go be explorative. I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm going to really try to do what I can. And I think that's what we're seeing on this season is everybody's playing like it's their second time. And that, like, the one thing I will say about this season, it might have started off a little slow, but it is not boring. Every single person is so interesting. So that is what this ranking and these pieces of information from every person, it's like all very unique. And so I get the ranking, but it's hard to rank. So I don't envy you guys with this, because it is hard to rank because it fluctuates so much, because there is not that player that's just like all the way in the back necessarily. That's just kind of like riding the wave. So that's maybe why I would want to see that, because I'm like, there's not really that. I mean, you could kind of say Christina, but I don't know.
Christina is the number 7 as well, so that's a perfect.
Christina is the next person we're talking about.
Transition. But I was gonna say this episode, more than any other episode, I really moved people around. I was debating moving Steven to number 1 this episode, thinking of biting the bullet. I was thinking about having Rizzo even lower than number 7, which Josh.
That's what I did. Yeah, Rizzo. Rizzo at this point, here's where I'm standing, and this is the last thing I'll say about Savannah, Sophie, and Rizzo, because they are my bottom 3.
That guy.
You are not you. I don't care what people have been told. I don't care what the overall perspective is. If you want to be high on my list, you have to earn it. You have to earn it. You have not earned it. I have to see more.
Can we get Josh? If Jeff Probst retires, can we at least audition Josh?
Let's do it. I'm ready. You have to.
I feel like that would be good. You'd be good.
I think
Survivor host, Josh.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Once Jeff Probst retires, you'll see Josh on.
I'll be the next Australian Survivor host. They're gonna go on a rotation.
Damn, way to put salt in the wounds, man.
Yeah, what are we? Never mind. Let's move past that. Actually,
for JLP, man. Make him the host of Big Brother, U.S. Big Brother. That's what I'm saying. TBH.
There you go.
But no, we have Christina, who's I think we all agree is the biggest floater. Just very a part of the Hina Strong. We haven't really seen much strategy. A lot of her content's just been very personal and being like, oh, this is my story, and she's more story driven, which means what's the end step for Christina? Like, where does her story resolve? Is she making it far? Is she getting voted out soon? What's the story? What's the
that's a tough one. I think she could make it far because she is blended, and people have I think they're building trust for her, and I think people do love her in the tribes, and or they just aren't talking about her, or she's just a part of the hey, we're voting this guy, we're going this girl. So I do think that that person can make it far, and that type of person has made it to the end and won the game. So again, every single person has a level of threat. It's just we haven't seen hers necessarily. But she doesn't sit in a bad spot. Do you guys think, really? I mean, I don't think she sits in a really bad spot at all. As far as
she's blended in with the numbers, but like the problem for me is that, even though she has those numbers, what happens when, those numbers are all that's left? There's going to come that point where, the big alliance of the season is going to say, hey, we're good with everyone. Who do we do now? That's the thing, is that I feel that, and I say this sometimes with some players, but I'm sorry, Christina right now looks to me expendable. I feel that she's there as a vote. She's not somebody who's necessarily being vocal about who she wants home. She hasn't picked a target. She doesn't have beef with anybody. She has a great social game right now. She's going with it. But I mean, I feel like that might be the detriment to Christina's game, is that Christina is good with everyone.
And that's weird because I would heavily disagree. Everything you said is a positive for me. Like if I'm a player and I hear that, I'm like, great, we've got a cushion to go forward with. Someone that's dependable rather than expendable, that we know is just going to vote Jawan or this person or that person. Like we know they're going to vote with this. We know they may not be very vocal, but they'll listen to us. Yep. Is that their gameplay? Who cares? Because I know they're a number. So I would see her as a strong ally that people would really – it'd be hard for them to get rid of her because they built such a strong connection, and they're like, dude, she just votes with us the whole way. Or she makes great suggestions from things she hears and says that we should do this. Now, that's where I disagree, because it's just like that in Survivor is capital. That is money right there for sure.
100%. It's not an indictment against Christina the player. I just think that her edit is just very weak. I think in terms of like, just if she was the winner, she would not be shown like this. She would just be edited differently, and we'd be given more of like how she's navigating and not just her navigating. Sure. And so that's why I'm still negative on Christina, but that's not because I think she's playing a bad game or in a bad spot. I think she's in the best spot because no one's going to vote her out. And, even if she's not, close with the Uli tribe, she could still build that bridge like she did with Shannon earlier in the season.
Has there ever been, and I'm just honestly asking this because I'm curious, a season that you've guessed the winner off the edit?
Yes.
Which one?
Technically, it depends how early on. But 45, I was high on Kelly until she got voted out, and then was on D. And our old co-host, Jack Powell, he had D clocked from the very beginning. Kenzie from 46 was a big one, and I clocked Rachel winning episode 1 of 47. And that's my
wow, that's your claim to fame there. Yeah.
That's my claim to fame. I was so happy. Like I was like, dude, this is, but I was wrong last season, but
Did you, and maybe you already asked this and I'm just crazy and psycho, have you clocked anyone at the very first episode of 49? You might have already said this though.
I think 49, I didn't really like clock anyone where I was like, this is 100%. I was very high on Savannah and Sophie and Shannon very early on, episode 1.
Okay.
And I mean, like even now, it's like I'm still having Sophie very, very high. Savannah's right now dropping, but like it's usually I'm not very correct. It's not foolproof. You get it wrong sometimes.
Well, I'm intrigued to hear that you look at the edit that way, and I think people can possibly like get close at least by looking at the edit.
Oh yeah,
But do you ever look at the YouTube where they show extra deleted scenes and stories?
I do for fun. Usually, in my opinion, like if you are a character and your like moments are being shown as the secret scenes or deleted scenes, that's always like a death sentence. That's always like your story wasn't like important enough to be in the episodes, but it was still cool enough to show as a bonus.
That's so interesting. I love that. I'm kind of intrigued. That's why I'm asking.
No,
So.
and what's cool is 45 was like the first season in the new era. They were trying to experiment with Easter eggs. Like the intros were always different, but there were like small moments where it's like they like teased D being the winner. Like there's a lot of just pattern
or like her toes. Like, I know it's funny. Seriously, but I know it's funny that it is like they would show her like when she pinched me or whenever she was in the confessional, showing her how her feet were super strong, and then she literally wins one of the most pivotal one of the biggest challenges and goes and eats tacos. So like they really did deep root foreshadow there.
And for like 45, it felt very like it was very narrative driven. Like it was a story front to back. But I get it wrong a lot of the times too. Like there are a lot of players where I was very high. Like again, Kelly from 45. I thought Kelly was the winner. I was very high on Mariah.
Congratulations, Kelly, by the way.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Amazing.
Shout out Kelly. I feel like Kelly. I was mad. I was mad at everyone. I wanted to be like, guys, what the hell?
What the hell, guys?
Did not mean to say it like that, but no, there and it's just fun. There's not really a science to it, and I'm pretty new to like doing it. There's a big community on Reddit and online, and it's a fun time. If you want to learn the ways. Yeah, there's a whole other subreddit. Don't avoid the main sub. Go on Edgic.
All I did was look up Sifu on Reddit, and I stopped after the day. So
I don't. I was spreading Sifu love. I think during 45.
I think. What's your username? I'm gonna be like Stan.
We're looking up all the threads.
Oh God.
Really, I mean, if I'm being honest, it was polarizing to get on Reddit for me. But I did it during my season because there's some deep, true fans there too, and so I just wanted to see the perception of the 90 minutes because they're getting way more. They're getting the opening scene intro shots again. They're getting way more confessionals. I remember like 4 or 5 commercial breaks before you even got a challenge, and that had to be so interesting for a viewer. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like to see that much conversation going on and what happened. So I got on Reddit for that too, just to see like the climate and how it was with this new season. But anyways, 49, the next person, where are we at?
So we are at Sage.
Yes.
Sage is now where we're at. And I actually think this is an all right spot for where I have. I think I had Sage maybe. No, actually this is where I had Sage. So Sage is at a number 6 for me. But I think right now Sage just played themselves into the position. Maybe let me say this. Right now, because Christina, like that last conversation we had on her, maybe she's not the one who's expendable. Maybe it's just the Sage and the Juwan who flipped to the Hina. They're the ones who are expendable. So sure. I agree with you, Sifu, but they made a big flip. They made a big risk on the assumption that Steven was going to be the sole person to say, hey, they flip with us. They're good. When it comes to them, their head's going to be on the chopping block next. So I have this problem where I don't know. I understand Sage recognized her positioning, but you kind of just sold out your entire tribe and you had like half the merge like against you now. I don't know if this was really the best move for Sage and Juwan. I don't think so.
No,
I don't either.
Especially with it being Nate. They had their original alliance who literally came to them at the beginning of Merge and said, hey, we want to work with you.
Right.
They had the active decision as the two people in the middle to decide where to go, and they actively chose to start war. So I think
Good
this
TV, maybe not a smart move.
I disagree. I mean, like, understand too the reason why that they were so tight with the reason why Savannah was like, we need Jawan and Sage is because Shannon got voted out. Because, you know, Jawan and Sage, they both knew that, like, once you get to 6, once you get to 7, like, they are going to get cut before Sophie, you know. So I don't blame Jawan and Sage, and like, it's a risk, yeah, but I think if you talk to Savannah and you just go, look, like, we were on the bottom of Uli, like, we obviously there's trust, but like we were not compatible whatsoever. And I feel like there's a way they could go about it where they were just like, it was a game move, it's not a personal thing, but it's like we knew our position. Right. And because there's still a lot of Hinas left to worry about, you know, like MC and Steven, they are a duo and they are playing very hard, and they have Christina 100%, and they probably have Alex ? And now Sage.
Again, we've seen like Reba 4. We've seen that sort of. I mean, I'm not getting that vibe from them necessarily because of the edit. And speaking of edit, but I know how the day goes. It's a long day. And so there's plenty of time for those 4 to build a strong relationship that dominates, kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. And like Hina's, they are a tribe that is more cordial and they are better connected than the Uli tribe. And so, and they have a less defined power structure as well. It just feels very kumbaya, like they all are just happy to be there. So I don't know. I disagree with it being a bad move. What I will say is that Sage also didn't get her way. It was very interesting how Sage and Juwan, they were poised to be the swing votes, but both times they were in the confessionals going like, I want Rizzo or Savannah gone. And Nate goes, which maybe is nothing, but I think is just something important to always note. Yeah. Because it's a contradiction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anywho, I feel like Sage is a harder person for me and Josh to like talk about week to week because we've talked about Sage so much, like especially in the early days when it was the brewing battle between her and Shannon, and so it's like everything after we say is very new. But see, if you have anything about Sage you just want to bring up, you know, whether it's her talking about her weird stories or whatnot.
Sage to me is I really love the energy she brings to the season. I think we need that as a viewer. You want to wake up, you want to have some fun, you want to see the facial reactions. I think that's genuinely Sage. I think she's fed up when she doesn't like a certain personality type or she can't handle something like that. She's like, nah, I need to get rid of this person or I'm not going to be fake to you. That's why we didn't see a hug. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Now, I have seen actually interviews and apparently they've hugged and they've talked and they're cordial. But on the island, you're hungry. I mean, we do often forget, like they are eating, worms and other things like that and chickens or whatever if they can catch them. But we are hungry. We are not 100% ourselves. And Sage, you're getting a very raw human being out there, and I love it on screen. I think people are relating to it. It is waking this season up. I think her game, I think it's going to get messy with her if she starts getting a heavy spotlight and making moves with people. I think it's just going to get messy. And 1, could make great TV. 2, I don't know how strategically sound she will be because of how reactionary she is with even just Shannon. Like, so that's where I lay with Sage. I love watching Sage on TV, but I don't know how that's gonna play with her strategy in big moves. Maybe smaller moves, but big moves.
I mean, if there's a way to go, you might as well go out crashing and burning.
I'm telling you,
swing for fences.
But does she not? I mean, again, typecasting is a real thing in this, but she gives you a little Carolyn.
She does.
Yeah, she gives you a little Carolyn. And that is good because you do see raw emotion. And I know that people are tired of the kumbaya sometimes with the goodbyes on Survivor. They want to see the what the hells from, like, you know what I mean? Like, they want to see
Yeah.
that. So you will get that from her. And I wonder how far and how unhinged she can become if someone's targeting her. I feel like that's going to be an all-out war. You know what I mean? If
Not just
Sage's name,
targeting her.
if Sage's name comes up, it's gonna be like it's gonna be all hell. Like, she's not gonna be like, I have to keep my composure. She's gonna be like, what the hell? I heard my
Yep.
damn name and it's on. Like, she's gonna go crazy.
It's not just that, but it's the fakeness after. I think Sage is going to be able to handle like having her name out. She gets it to the game. But
Right.
Sage is not going to be able to handle hearing like someone go like, "Hey, by the way, Savannah's after you," and then seeing Savannah going like, "Sage, I trust you. It's us two to the end."
That, I bet you. If
Then
that
Sage is going to be
moment
like,
happens-
"Dude."
If that moment happens, I'm gonna just die laughing and think of you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
like, Will literally called this.
And it is very possible too, especially next episode, like Savannah like trying to do damage control, like, Sage, I trust you. And then Sage going like, what? No, what?
Oh, good Lord. Yep, that's gonna be something.
But no, we're big Sage fans. I think no matter
Same.
what, like I root for like messiness. Like I want if
Yep.
Survivor Gabon was every season. See, if are you a big Survivor Gabon fan? I feel like you would be.
Yes and no. I mean, I always go to 28 with Tony Vlachos. That's my number one. Cagayan is top for me.
Don't blame
but
you.
maybe that's just because that's the one I really. Well, okay, I can't lie. I started at season 40. Okay, and which crazy is I started at season 40 and I went back after seeing all the winners and started watching through, which is one of the weirdest way to watch Survivor, but it actually gave me a whole different perspective because I got to see each winner, well, most of the winners, and how they got through their season. So, but yeah, Cagayan would be my top. And I think that was still messy too.
Oh, what? Yeah.
I mean, are you speaking llama right now? Like what?
I mean, Sifu. Someone quit because they were afraid they would punch someone in the face.
I know. Like, come on. We gotta go. Yeah.
That never has happened or will ever happen again. I don't know. Kageon was my first season, and then at the same time I was watching 39 and 40 live. Because like that was when I got into Survivor. So I was watching 40, and then at the same time I started with season 1 and just like binged for like, and that was during COVID. So I was just
that's crazy. You know, this is such a random thing, but one thing I didn't know as a player, after I got off the season and I come back and it airs, I had no clue about the Survivor lore, meaning like Rob as a podcast live shows. I didn't know anything about that stuff. I just watched the seasons back, and then whenever I started seeing like live watch parties and stuff, I was like, what is this Rob as a podcast and what are these things? And I started getting deep into that, and then like even Survivor podcasts like this. And so again, I know I said it was kind of random, but there's so much to bring us into the lore and the understanding of Survivor from many different perspectives. And I just think that's so cool. This is really random, but I just think that's so cool.
You've embedded yourself in that Survivor lore, even if your one big moment is just who voted Sifu. Like, that is 100%. Still more than so many people, and you know, you have a spot there, and that must be it's just how it is. And so, you know, and Zanz, thank you so much as well, who said this is the best podcast.
Yes, it is. This is a good podcast.
I'm sure it must be like, the whole Rob as a podcast too, and something I've noticed just about Survivor more than a lot of other shows is that each season feels very interconnected with one another. I think you look at shows like Big Brother, and I feel like everyone is more cliquey. I think it's by season, so it's like you'll see like all of season 25 hanging out with each other, but you don't see like season 25, 26, and 27 hanging out with each other. While with Survivor, it's like the people are friends with a lot of random people.
That
like
is so interesting that you say that, because for 45, I mean, as soon as we got back, we all went on a trip to Cape Cod with Kelly, and it was just so sick.
Yeah.
And I had noticed that connection with people so immediate. Like they knew old players, and I didn't. I just came out of nowhere. And even and even now, like I see some of my 45ers with 49ers and 48, 47, and I'm just like, that's so interesting how we're all interconnected. And I talk to some of the new players and some older players too. It's just cool how it interconnects. But if we're gonna tie this back into where we're at, how do you think? Like, do you actually like seeing whenever, like, let's just say Sage and Shannon, if they get off the island, do people like seeing them make up and be cool, or you want to see them still kind of hate each other in real life? Like, not hate each other, but you get what I'm saying.
I want to know if that's like the number one topic of discussion at reunion. I'm very curious.
Like, I never want people to hate each
And
other.
hate is a strong word. I don't mean that, by the way. I mean like distastefulness or something.
Now, do I want to see like Maria and Venus, like how they were on Twitter after 46? Do I want that to happen again? Maybe. I think that's very funny.
Juicy, yeah.
I am a fan of drama as long as it doesn't cross lines. And I think Sage and Shannon, they are not crossing any lines. And so if they want to beef with each other and they want to make it they want to put it out online,
right? Ding ding ding. No, I think they're good now.
Mm-hmm.
So where are we at next? What is our?
The next person we had to talk about, this is Sophie, but this is Sophie who just won immunity.
Sophie with an S.
Yes. So if we're going on Jeff Probst's quotes for what they say, this is Sophie, not Sophie. This is Sophie.
Yeah, Sophie. Sifu, how do you view Sophie, a player like Sophie, when you watch? Because Sophie was a player who she was purpled. She was purpled for a while. But now across the last 2 episodes, she's starting to get just a little bit more screen time. But even then, this episode felt like it should have been way more because Sophie said that she was like on the bottom. Sophie should have been the vote or would have been the vote from the Ulis and wins the pivotal challenge. And she doesn't have like a big moment of her being like, I've won the challenge, like I'm feeling great. And she had that after, and I felt like that it was very weird to me. The way it was edited, it was very strange, in my opinion.
I almost want to say that could be intentional. You know what I mean? And I think it's intentional to the point where she could make a crazy run with editing and start to really fire off. Because it's not like she's not a dynamic person. I think there's been a lot of more shadows she's having to walk through with other bigger issues, right? And so that's what she faces, and a lot of these players face. That's just like Lulu. Like I made fire on day one, and they didn't show that. They had to show the Lulu downfall, and which again, it was beautiful TV. But it's the same. It's the same thing. So some of these players that may get purpled or may not be seen right now are just literally, "What's up, J.E.?" Sorry, I just cut myself off. But they're literally being shadowed by what's happening for the show. So I mean, I don't dislike her. I think that's a good place. And I'm just more intrigued to see where she goes. I don't really have too much notes or many things to say about her, honestly.
Agreed. I think she is shafted in the edit. I think this was just a really, really lucky time to win immunity. I mean, not lucky for her. She earned it. I just think that right now, like with her name coming up, I think this was the time to win immunity. That's what I mean. But honestly, I don't think that just because Nate went home, Sophie's name is not going to still be out there. I still think that there's still a chance that Sophie can be the next to go if Rizzo plays the idol and they play it correctly. There's still a lot of room for that to happen. So Sophie, right now, you're kind of in the middle, but it's because mainly it's unknown. We don't know if you're going to be higher or lower. It really depends on the episode.
And the frustrating part too is like you try to read the edit, and so Sophie's not getting a strong edit. So you're like, okay, Sophie's a player, she's not making it very far. And so I'm always like Sophie in my rankings, always in the bottom slots. No offense to Sophie.
Sure.
But then it's like, because Survivor editing is weird, like there's a good chance like Sophie makes Final 5.
Right.
And we just don't know why. Like it's the same thing with Liz from 46. Liz had no screen time for the first half of the season.
Right.
Made almost 1. So, it's the only thing I'll say about Sophie as well. I don't want to just be like she has no chance and no ceiling.
Yeah, that's where I stand too. It's just we'll wait and see kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that she is an active player. And that's all I ever could ask from anyone, is just being proactive enough to like fight for a good spot in the game, even if the edit won't show you at all.
Right. You're still there playing hard. Yep. Do
you think part of it is because she made fun of the fruit reward and was critical about production Sifu? Do you think that's possible?
I honestly think that has no play in it. I think they love that stuff because she spoke her truth. And I mean, yeah, fruit is a diet food. I mean,
yeah.
If you're on Survivor, like, where's my steak? Where's my meat? Where's my like bread pudding? You know what I mean? Like, I want a donut. Yeah. But I think that was bold of her, and maybe it wasn't as big as the Liz meltdown with Applebee's, but it's kind of like a similar thing where you feel some type of way and you literally have to say something because you're just like tired of not eating and you want to voice make a voice for yourself, and she did. So I don't think production cares about that stuff. I really don't, unless it's like really damning, like if it's really disgusting or something, or controversial or something, like they might
accusing them of rigging or like.
Correct. Yeah, calling people out, XYZ. We've seen the worst throughout the series of Survivor, and I think that's whenever they can kind of really come in and jump in and say, we're not going to really show much of you. So
yeah. But anywho, moving along.
Too often. What's that?
True. I was just saying, moving right along, we have Sophie with Sophie B, Soph now.
So knowledge is power, Sophie, right?
Yes.
Knowledge is power, Sophie. Kelly, Sophie, just Denise Stapley as well, if you want to call her that as well.
This is also ranked at our number 4 spot. So now, according to our list, Sophie is the fire-making loser.
According to my list, she's winning. So I don't know what your list is saying,
Sophie
buddy.
Low though, like Sophie, I don't. Right now, Sophie, it doesn't have the numbers, but we know that most winners were in a position where they didn't have the numbers at some point. I mean, it doesn't happen to everybody that you had a dominant alliance, you get to the end and you just happen to win the game. That rarely happens. But in this instant, Sophie doesn't have the numbers. But Sophie, unlike anyone else in this game, maybe Alex, I think Sophie's way better equipped for this. Sophie has been at the bottom every single episode. Has never been at the top. The only time Sophie has been on the top was when she had an alliance on her original tribe that got wiped out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, I mean, if there's anyone who can survive being on the bottom, Sophie is the most well-equipped for the job. I think Sophie has a better chance of surviving than Rizzo or Savannah, just because Sophie has already been in game mode since probably the first 6-7 days. After that,
100%.
boom, Sophie was already ready for the merge. Sophie was playing a merge game at the tribe swap. So I think maybe this is a good spot for Sophie. I don't think Savannah earned their spot, but Sophie, we've seen her escape. Sophie is the escape artist.
Sophie, the escape artist. I like that.
Sophie's an escape artist.
I think. Oh, sorry. You go ahead, Steve. No. I have a set.
You, sir.
Okay, I was just gonna say. I think Sophie. Yes, she voted incorrectly, but I don't think anyone's going to hold it against her. I think people are just going to be sympathetic. I think they understand Sophie. They understand what's going on with her. They know that Sophie is a player who lost all major allies, got tribe swapped away from her only ally, immediately found Savannah and Rizzo, and of course joined forces with them. Why wouldn't she? Because clearly, like the Hinas, they were being very sloppy to begin with. Matt, he was kind of going off. Matt was correct though. He did suggest to Jawan that he should flip to vote out Nate. What did Jawan do? Justice for Matt? Question mark. Bring him back. But I think Sophie is still very insulated, and that like when the dust settles from Tribal, they are going to look at Jawan and Sage first as the people who flipped. They're going to look at MC as just being a very strong threat, and they're going to look at Savannah and Rizzo for also being a strong threat. I think Sophie and Alex are still going to hide under the radar. Pulling out for Matt. And then back to you, Sifu. I do apologize for cutting you off.
No. I actually want to bounce off of that. Sophie and Alex, like I said in the beginning, are in a unique position, and I do think if they played smart, they would do the Camilla Kyle kind of thing going forward. But I think, wasn't it Sophie that questioned if Alex was still kind of like willing to? Was that? Am I right? Am I thinking about that?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
he was like more in the middle. He's like, I'm not tight with Sophie, but like he's exploring options.
That's what it was. So if he was tight with her and like really like, you know what, I'm not thinking about it like I am 100%. They could play the Kyle Camilla and just really rock the middle and destroy. That's really what I was gonna say, because I mean that and also that knowledge is power. Finding that, keeping it to yourself. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. When people don't tell about advantages, even a close second or sorry, even a best friend or something in the game, like they just keep it to themselves. I feel like that knowledge is power is going to be a really strong move, but it's going to be a really dividing move. So like someone close to her or someone near her, she's going to have to take advantage of because it saves her in the game.
Yeah.
Like that's just what's going to have to happen. And then the game is going to get even more fiery because they're going to have to gun for her for doing something like that. So, but
yeah,
we have to see if she's willing to do that, because that also will show us her gameplay too. Like we get out there sometimes, and I'm not going to lie, we get out there and like I see Mama J, like she's still family to me. I visit her. You know what I mean? Like we build these bonds, and you as a viewer see that, but you don't feel that. So sometimes whenever you're like, dang, they didn't make that move, that's so stupid of them. It's like they literally have made a brother-sister bond or some sort of deep connection to where it like painfully hurts. And I know it's a game for $1 million. I know that. But sometimes you do risk and you do sacrifice things for connections. And that's where I think it might falter and she may not make a move because she's too close to take to take an advantage from somebody. Hopefully not, but I just wanted to give my 2 cents as a player. So
no, that honestly, that was the same feeling I had about Nate for a good while in the early game when I thought he had a lot more power on the Uli tribe. Like I was every episode, I'm like, Nate is playing a really good game. Does he have that killer instinct? Is he able to be like, Rizzo's like my son, but also he's not my son. Rizzo's just some kid I met, 2 weeks ago. What is a Riz god?
Gone. Yeah.
And that's, I think that's, again, back to what I said earlier about Survivor being like a 1 in a million game and being so rich is because you have that balance and you've just learned a little bit about humanity.
The human condition.
So I feel sick for loving it and wanting people to fight each other and wanting the worst, but it's so exhilarating,
Yeah. It's a double-edged sword there.
But
100%.
I'm hoping Sophie is able to cut Alex and Savannah. That's what needs to happen. She needs to be fully like cutting everyone because she has a good enough story now where I think Sophie could get away with murder. I think she could play really cutthroat and get away with it because she went to every single tribal council, lost all her allies very early on. So who knows?
Well, good placement for Sophie, for real.
No.
I mean, seriously, that's strong.
I still have her number 1 overall. I was going to move her to number 2 in place of someone else, but I last second decided against it. But it was a weird episode for sure.
It was, but she makes a good number 1 too. I could see that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anywho, I think we only have a few more people. We have the up next is actually Alex.
Yeah, this is our top 3. So Alex is at our number 3 spot for right now.
Jawan number 1, Zans, I have bad news for you, man. Jawan is. We talked about Jawan like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Jawan is 9 currently.
But
But I don't have much to talk about Alex because I feel like he's also getting shafted in the edit. We're not really seeing Alex have that much of a strategic input, so he's kind of riding the wave. I think he's in a good spot with the numbers, but it's really uncertain for me to know where Alex is. I do think that Alex isn't going to be one of the next people voted out, which is great. I do think that him and Sophie B are going to make it a little bit further into the merge. If I had to give them a floor, I think we're looking at one of them going out as early as 8. 8-7, I would say, is probably the floor for both Sophie and Alex. But I think they're in a spot right now where they've bought themselves a couple of more votes. I think that there are other people that both Hina and Uli should target before they even consider a member of that original Blue Tribe.
Right. I feel like if sorry.
No,
I keep cutting you off, Will.
I get excited because I wait for a pause. I wait to see if someone's going to jump in.
I'm filling my water up. Give me a second, boys.
You are all good. I wait for like the silence, and then I'm like, all right, no one's talking. I need to like clear the space. So you go ahead. I'm just making sure there's no silence.
I'll take it for just a second. Alex, again, if he was to really define his relationship with Sophie, then I agree. Like, he would be making great moves, and they would probably include him a little bit more. But I think he sits in not a bad spot. You know, I think he's well prepared to go far. He is strong, so it could make a small immunity run. Who knows what that would look like? And he does sit in a pretty position if he continues to align with the right people. Right now, it is unsure, but if he did do a Sophie connection and he really rode that privately, like he just kept that relationship more private, I do think that puts him forward faster. But he's sitting pretty, so I mean, I can't say anything adverse about him, really.
Yeah, no, Alex is strange because it seems like he's getting shafted, but in actuality, he still is tied second for most confessionals so far. By the way, he's getting screen time. He got most of his screen time just in the very early on, and so right now he's in a cooldown, which I don't mind. I think if you are going to most tribal councils, if you are a main character and you want to have win equity and you want the edges to support you, you can't have the spotlight the entire time because then you just seem like an obvious winner pick, right? Because obviously the guy who got 10 confessionals every episode is the winner. That's why we're getting him so much. And so Alex hiding a little bit, I think, is okay. I think he's playing it very smart. He's not committing to a side during the side warfare, but he's also in good with enough people. I don't know. I just think that he is the player that could get sniped at any time. Like if Alex goes next episode, I'd be like, I understand. I could see an episode where Alex just implode or, and Jay, why Savannah's a win.
I hear a lot of popping.
You're all good. You're sounding a little, poor Sifu. Never stood a chance. No, but Alex, I think, is still doing fine. I think he's doing good work. And it's weird because I feel like we need more from him. But then at the same time, I'm actually seeing the content we're getting from Alex, and it makes sense. Like, he's getting personal content. He had a introspective moment. Everything you would want in like a classic new era contenders, you do get with Alex, which is weird because I feel like now that the game is becoming more and more important, we're starting to see less of him. So I don't want to like increase him for doing nothing, but also he's not doing anything wrong. So like, what can I do realistically? And honestly, we can probably just move right along to MC as well.
Okay.
Just because, and then when Sifu comes back, he can just hop right on in. But MC, this was an episode for MC, and I kind of felt bad because she kind of stumbled in a way, but it wasn't her fault. I don't know. I feel like MC had no control this episode.
MC had to do what MC had to do this episode. I mean, you win enough challenges, you don't go to tribal council until the merge. Now you finally have an idol that you need to find. I found it really interesting that it's like feels like Savannah's got eyes everywhere, and to find MC in the middle of finding that idol, you were right earlier this episode. MC faulted. Why would she not come up with something else? She just said, "I'm looking for a key." You're looking for a key.
I think she could have said something else, but also I don't think the obvious lie was there. Like, I don't blame MC for not thinking on the spot, because she was just put in a very rough situation. Because if she does lie to Savannah, then Savannah will just know that MC is lying anyways, because why wouldn't MC look for an idol right before the merge tribal council? You know, it makes sense. And so I just think saying key could have led to Savannah taking the key. I would rather MC just be vague and be like, hey, like, you know why I'm out here.
Yeah, right.
I understand that. But no, MC was right to not just lie. And yeah, I could forgive that. She had 2 seconds to think of a lie.
Yeah.
And Savannah likes the truth anyways.
And it sucks because it felt like there was so much build up for MC's finally going to get this idol, only for MC to play it.
Mm-hmm. And I don't blame MC for playing the idol immediately anyways.
There wasn't trust in terms of like, is Jawan and Sage going to flip? It's too much risk to put into your game. So I get it.
And then, yo, you back, Sifu?
My phone was, I'm on my phone, it was dying and it kept making a popping noise. So sorry about that.
No, you were all good. We're talking about MC.
Well, do you want to finish on Alex too? Like, did you have anything else?
Nope. I was just saying he's sitting pretty, and if he connects with Sophie, he's gonna kill it. So,
but is he sitting pretty while sitting pretty?
Is he sitting pretty?
That's the real reason why you're on Stockwatch, for the fashion of it all. Yes. I'm just saying the Sifu Alex bromance is coming. It's coming back. Survivor 52.
Dude, wouldn't that be something? I would love to be back on Survivor. I'm not gonna lie. I would play totally different. I would have a way different experience, but it was one of the best times of my entire life, dude. I mean, I'm happy with what I've given to the lore, but what I got to do on the show and just got to experience. Being 7,000 miles away from home, going to Fiji, playing the game, just being a part of it all. Like, it changed my life. But Survivor calling me for any season, that's immediate yes. I know that's what we're talking about, but it's immediate yes.
I mean, and worst case too, Rob has a podcast. Obviously, I don't know anything about like doing them, but I know they do a lot of games where they invite a lot of alumni and people, and that could always, if nothing else, just getting your feet back into like the Survivor community as well is another thing you can do, because it's just Survivor is very strange, and you're talking, and me and Josh have like the twinkle in our eyes hearing these bedtime stories, Chucky the Cheese stories.
Chucky the Cheese stories. No, that's great, man. I should read. You know, Alex actually lives about 3 hours from me. I should hit him up.
Really?
You should. Yeah.
Yeah. He's towards the like Chicago area, and I'm literally like 3-4 hours away from that. So
have him come to a concert. Have him come to a gig.
Even a concert, or even if he's doing like I bet you he's doing probably like a watch party sometime. So.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah. And if that happens too, I want a picture. That's all I ask.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. That is perfect. I'll be like, you're sitting pretty, Alex.
You're sitting. He won't know. But you'll be like, you're sitting pretty right now. And he'll be like, thank you.
Love it. Okay, you guys were on MC when I came in, right?
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
MC, and if you have anything to say.
Oh no, I was saying like where we were leaving off. We were just talking about the MC Savannah thing again, just about how she had to come up with a lie quickly. I don't fault her for what she said. I don't know if you have an opinion on like her, whether or not she should have lied or said something different. Either which way, it's done, and I don't think it hurt her.
Yeah, I think MC is one of those unapologetic, authentic individuals that is going to be difficult for her to change how she is and who she is. Like if she had to, she'll definitely try in certain instances, but she's very strong, very can be very outspoken if she needs to, and I think that's what people love about her. Her individual life, like just being strong and being proactive and active, like it just shows in the game. And so that's why I say she's just purely authentic. I love her for that reason, just because sometimes you need that. You need to be brought back to like, oh, this is just what we're getting. And we know it. Like it's not a mix up.
Yeah.
So I could see why you would put her in 3, right? Or 2. Is this 3 or 2?
Yeah, MC is number 2 for us.
Okay, 2. Yeah.
I ranked her as the winner.
Yeah.
Right now, I think MC's playing the winning.
I have her 3.
Okay. Playing the winning game, really? Yeah. No, really. I could actually imagine MC taking this whole game, and winning it. I really could. And what a crazy what a wonderful representative for the game. Like she would be a killer representative for the win.
Like,
but
she reminds me kind of like in terms of recent history that we've seen in Survivor. Right. She reminds me of the same style as Rachel. Rachel and her have this composure where they're calm under pressure. They think very analytical. I said this at the beginning to Will. If I was on the island myself and I had a pick of anybody on the island to work with, I think MC would probably be my first pick. Just because when you see her in these confessionals, like you're right. Maybe it is the authenticity that's really drawing me into her. She is what she is. And I feel like I can trust her. I feel like she's somebody who I can strategize with. And if MC says she's got my back, she's got my back. And that's money. Like I will ride that till the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is something that is hard to like in that game of trust. It's like when you hear that you see someone like that, it's like you can trust that, I believe. Like you hope so.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I just want to see more like personal content. That's what I need from MC. She doesn't have like a big background moment yet, and at this point in the game, like if I'm narrowing down like the winner contenders, I just want to see it at some point. I know Kyle last season, he had it really late, and that was a big red herring for a while because there was that moment on the Siva tribe where everyone was talking about their backgrounds, and that was like the start of the Good Guys alliance with Shaheen, Joe, and Camilla. And Kyle, he was the one who didn't have anything at the moment. And I was like, that's very strange. Come to find out, like way later into the season, he had his moment with Joe. And so that's why I'm still having MC at number 2 or number 3 for me, because I think there's room for it, but we just need to see it at some point for me to be like, this is great.
I love that because I don't think that way. And when you say that, it makes me think that way. And I love that because it's like, you're looking for the total package, right? To put them in one, like the story, the ups, the downs, they've worked the middle, they've maybe had a vote or they've ignored votes, like they're playing hard at challenges. Like you want to see every aspect. And that's so interesting to me that you look at that for the players. So I love it because it makes me think more about, you're like, oh, then I'm like, oh, you're right. MC hasn't really had much of a flashback or any, deep explanation of her life or whatever. So that is cool. I love that you've brought that up in different instances. So it's really dope.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. I forgot about that because no offense to MC, but like, I don't really think like having muscles is a sob story. Getting bullied is not fun, and obviously there's way more than we know.
Sure.
But like, I do think I wish Survivor editors didn't just like put every story in the same filter, because I think it shouldn't have been like a big like emotional like sob story of like, oh, MC is very strong, but she got bullied. I think it could be more of a test of endurance. I think showing MC being stronger and being like, this is something I had to deal with my whole life, and I think would have been more compelling to watch. That's not anything about like her winning chances. That is just me taking shots at Survivor editors. Not saying I would do a better job, by the way. This is just me at home, like,
I love it.
you know, talking big because I can,
Hell
you
yeah.
know. But no, that's the only thing. And still, I think there could be more just non-game moments with MC, because we got it with our number one. We got it with Steven.
Right.
If we're ready to go to Steven, unless there's more for MC.
Is that our number one, Steven?
Yeah, Steven.
Yeah, he's my number two.
Our number one.
Sure. Yeah. Holy, what did he? Holy votes, right? 4 or 5. Was
Yeah.
it 4 votes last episode?
Yeah, four votes.
My
Let me
goodness.
double check.
I think it was 4. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 votes.
Wow.
Which, you know, we love to
Scary.
see a good 7-4 vote. Like we love seeing stuff like that, and it was a blind side, you know.
Scary stuff.
How do y'all view Steven as a player? Because I feel like I'm biased because Steven, just something about Steven very early on gives me a good feeling, and I have nothing to go off other than just my other than vibes. You know about
Yeah,
vibes, Sifu? Are you a vibes guy?
I'm a vibe guy, vibe tribe. I mean, I come from Reba. We were a vibe tribe.
Yeah.
And we were a winning tribe.
True.
And, I just like Steven is the he seems like the guy you want to know, like you want to get to know. Like he's like he can kind of blend in and talk to you. He could talk nerdy, or he can just go down whatever path. I think it was interesting just like seeing the look in his face when he kept getting votes, like, oh wow, this is getting 10 times more serious. Oh wow, I'm almost gone. Holy boom, you know. And like that moment to me is like, those are human moments. Like you can't like act that out. Like he's like, wait, I'm gone. Wait, I'm almost gone. That stuff moving forward is gonna light a fire under his ass. His aspirin. I don't know if I can curse on here. Sorry.
You do whatever.
Yes, sir.
We don't get fined anymore.
Okay, good. But yeah, I think it's just going to light a fire under his ass, and it's really going to propel him forward to play the game he's already playing, but even better. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I feel like he's going to start calling some shots though, and it's going to rub some people the wrong way. I think that's going to happen soon, for sure.
Yeah, I see it. I don't know. I think Steven, like, he's not the most he's active in a way where he is playing the game based solely on the connections and security around him. I think he's shown to be really good at conversating. He's really good and very astute and aware of as to what's going on. We haven't really seen him push a vote. But at the same time, if you're always in on the plan anyways, you don't need to push a vote. And so that's why I think Steven is doing really, really well. And I think we're just getting a lot of unnecessary screen time. I think of These Toes or Rachel stealing rice. I think the chicken scene, the chicken killing scene, because that shows him bonding with Alex, and it shows them developing a bond. It shows Steven just being a funny guy. And it was just a moment. It was just a TV moment, and Steven was at the helm for that. And so, I think Steven's doing really, really well so far.
Yeah, I love it. I think he's playing a solid game, even after the votes. I mean, that's it's funny because getting votes is a good thing as far as, oh, I'm playing and they want me out because they don't want me to the end. It's also a bad thing. So, it's like,
yeah.
A quick thing on Steven for me, you know, I ranked him at number 2. I think both of us did, Will, but he averaged out to our number 1. The thing I like about Steven that he's shown is that, you know, Steven can play all sides. He's great with everyone socially. He has this ability to create strong bonds and create them quickly. He also had survived a really big tribal that involved Shannon going home. I mean, all he had to do was kind of just sit back, and he made Sage and Jawan feel secure and even create this. At this point, they now have 2 votes on their belt. So that's pretty big. But, you know, here's my faults with Steven. We don't really see, and I still have yet to see any of these side alliances being solidified within that Hina. Is Hina still Hina strong, right? I'm having a tough time seeing through the edit the security in that. All of them can't be good with everyone. Where do those dynamics lie? We see the division with other people.
Okay, I see what you mean.
It makes it way more complex to see those players as winners, to see like a Sophie B as a winner, to see Rizzo as a winner, to see MC as a winner. But Steven is really, really tough because he hasn't really done anything in this game. That's his move. So it's really hard for me to envision Steven as a winner. But right now, after this merge, he has the numbers. It should be clear cut, right?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can you name me one move Kenzie Petty made in Survivor 46? Like an actual, like she helmed a vote, pushed a vote, not saying Jelinski.
I was actually against Kenzie winning that season. I was very much
but she still won.
A Charlie fan. I know.
And so
but if ask yourselves why she won, because it's at the end. Right? I don't care if you play, and again, I'm just saying this name because it comes to my head. I don't care if you played a game as good as Tony Vlachos all the way to the end. The jury will literally be the deciding point. And so I could have done nothing. I could have just walked to the end.
Yeah.
That's the duality of this game, and that's the rankings are phenomenal. But that is the duality of this game. Is at the very end, every person on planet Earth that's watching the TV should be like, "Oh, Steven should win," and then it's Christina. You know what I mean? And it's only Christina maybe because she touched the hearts of everybody. She knows your third cousin. You know what I mean? It's like, it could be those specific details that win them the game. And again,
and like obviously,
no, go ahead.
So I think my internet was acting up because like I'm hearing robots sometimes. But
well, just to wrap up, I was just saying at the end, it just makes a difference. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And Ollie's saying Kenzie's move, good jury management.
There you go.
Charlie didn't have bad jury management, Ollie. But my point is, I don't know. Obviously, I don't want to sit here and be like, if I was on Survivor, because I'm not. And I'm sure if I do get there, I'll immediately eat my words and change my mind. But the way I've always viewed it is that, you know, Survivor, it starts off with 18 people on an island, and it ends with 7, 9, 11 people voting for a winner. How can you make sure that you're at the final 2, final 3, and how you're getting at least half the votes? That's all you need. And if Steven is playing that kind of game and is able to get good with all the Hinas and get the Hina votes and get like an Alex vote and then get, you know, maybe even a Savannah vote if you know,
right,
or even a Nate vote, you know, it's possible. And you know,
Steven does sit well in that chair to do that because he's so liked. You know what I mean? Like,
he gets Juwan. That's what I was forgetting. Juwan, 100%. Yeah. So you know, you don't need to make moves anymore. We're past that. Are you a big move?
You have to make moves.
But sometimes your move is not making a move, and I think that is more powerful, and knowing like when to make a move, because otherwise you're just making moves for the hell of it.
Right. Exactly.
And there's also a comment from Jay I want to read too. Steven's my winner pick ever since episode 3 or 4, just like you will. Got a good feeling about him. I'm just saying. My takes are usually pretty correct, except about Kelly. But yeah. But no,
my girl Kelly.
Is there anything else about Steven or anyone else? We've hit the end of the road. You know, we've reached where the sidewalk ends. So
no, I love it. I think this has been phenomenal. I think the rankings is so interesting. It's a deeper dive into the, you know, the characters and the people. and how you guys view them, and just gives me more things to think about. And hopefully people that watch it, they can also think a little bit more introspectively about each person, the way you guys view it from the edit standpoint and just as a fan as well. That is so unique to me to listen to. I know I'm a part of the podcast, but I'm also rethinking certain things about them, and it kind of makes me want to rewatch a few episodes, to be honest, and and just kind of look at it differently. So I love this. Thank you for letting me guys crash your party.
Yeah, of course. No, like the whole edit and like watching for the edit, it's just like another way to view it. It's how I like to watch a lot of the modern seasons as they come out. And so it's like its own game. It's like when you talked about starting with season 40 and then going back to see like the stories of how each player made it to the end. You can then see how they edited each individual winner and then use that to be like, all right, if a player is saying this, that's usually something they do with a lot of winners. Like one easy one that you can like be on the lookout for, Sifu, if you rewatch old seasons, is that a lot of the times the winner will all get a confessional saying like, I'm this and this is why I'll win the $1 million. They'll always talk about winning the $1 million. There's the Richard Hatch, I'm the winner. Like Fabio had that.
Wait, so you're saying that every single winner talks about winning the $1 million?
Not every winner, but
there's only one person that I can remember that continuously has said that at least twice, and that was episode 1, and that was this last episode. Episode 1, Savannah did say in the confessional that this was going to be the easiest $1 million she's ever made.
Oof.
Didn't she say in this episode, hey, everyone, look around. Someone who's going to win, someone who's a millionaire is sitting right here.
Yep.
Ooh.
Right here.
I need to rewatch that because it's like 45 again when they said D is the winner. They spoiled D winning. Not gonna lie. And I will say Savannah was called evil today. So or not today, but this episode. So I don't know.
I don't know. I like Savannah. She's kind of
cool, man.
She's a new era villain. She's a new era villain, but she's a different style of villain. I actually think she's like, I wouldn't say she uses the same tactics as Parvati, but she really knows how to get people along with her.
Right.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Man.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, we're gonna see it all unfold. I think episode 8 is gonna be a banger. I don't know. I just have a good feeling about it.
Oh yeah, I think like I don't want to be like recency bias. I try to be aware. I try to be smart. I try to, any counterpoint people make, I try to be against it. But like this season's been getting progressively better and better and better and better. It wasn't even bad. It was just, it started out slow and not knowing where the piece is going. It looked a little hopeless because it looked like just a Hina domination.
Right.
I think everyone thought that, MC, Steven, and Christina would all be gone by now. And that it would just be, Shannon being Shannon and Sage getting picked off.
Well,
and do we like horror movies?
Oh, Joanne, the 49 horror movie. Got it.
I hate horror movies. I can't stand them.
I'm not a fan. One of the scariest movies. I'm not sure how old you guys are, but one of the scariest movies was 13th Ghost. And when that came out, it's showing my age, but it's an older one. And when it came out, it was one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life, and I've never watched a scary movie since then.
2001. That was the year I was born.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I wasn't alive then. I'm sorry.
You weren't alive then? Oh!
No, I had to take another 4 years. I was too scared.
Yeah, you were cooking, bro. You were cooking.
No, I was like, I just can't handle gore. I saw Terrifier and I'm like, no, this is rough.
Not for you. Yeah, not for me either, man.
No, I like talking smack about Survivor and talking about people who won't hear me. And I'm glad they won't hear the things I say.
What do you mean? They're gonna see this? You guys don't post this?
No, we do. I make jokes.
But say all the people. If you guys clip this, all the people you're talking about, like I follow them, they follow me. I'm gonna tag you, Will. I'm gonna make sure they see you talking shit about them.
I thought episode 1 we had Steven ranked at like 11, and Steven comes into the chat as we're talking about him, like, "Hey guys," and I'm like, "Steven had a bad premiere. Steven is not going to make it far."
Never mind, we got you at 1.
Like, never mind, Steven. Number 1 for you, man. We love you.
Yeah. Oh man.
No, but Steven earned his number 1 spot. Don't you worry.
Yes. Good.
No, but unless there's anything else to talk about, like I think we've covered a lot of bases. Sifu, I do have a question actually.
Okay.
Will you be going to the Bryson Wendell Presents finale in New York in December?
No, but I'm going to the Bryson Win November 12th. So next weekend? Or
So the
next
one with
week?
Ozzy, right?
I think I have to look at the calendar or the schedule. Whatever's next weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the premiere or the finale. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't made a finale in so long because I don't know if you guys know, but I just had like I have an 18-month-old baby. Or toddler
congratulations.
And I run a business, so it's just been like go, focus. Go to where I can, like Chicago or the Kansas City or Nashville. Those are 3-4 hour drives, so they're not really that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe this year will be different. So I'll see if I can swing there. Are you guys going to any of them?
I'm going to New York City.
I'm going to the finale. That's why we asked, because I know.
Oh yeah. 1 second. I got something for you guys.
Ooh. R.I.P. General So's. I can't imagine naming the chickens.
I love Survivor. Willin. Who's that? He's picking up his guitar. Will and Josh.
I need my.
Josh is going to grab a trumpet.
Here, I'll play something for Josh. Will and Sifu. I love how Will immediately. That's how you know he's a guitarist. Anytime a guitarist picks up a guitar, look at that. It's immediate. I think I'm in standard.
I actually like your guitar, CP.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. What kind of guitar is that?
This is a Luna. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a Luna.
Yeah, I like the design.
It's got pretty cool engravings.
Isn't she pretty?
Ooh.
Isn't she pretty?
Nice.
But yeah, do you play? What is that? A 6? Is it a 6?
Yeah, it's a 6-string. I also have a Fender Jaguar.
Oh,
And that's like my main guitar that I primarily play on.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a rhythm guitarist. It's like punk, so not talented, but like
Yeah, well,
energy.
I would say that's talent, man. That's talent. Well, thank you guys for having me on. And
Thanks for grabbing the guitar as well. I got to nerd out for a second.
Hell yeah, man. It's all about nerding out and enjoying the experience. So that's what we're here for. I appreciate you all for bringing me on this, and let's do it.
Yeah, of course. And open invitation too if you ever want to come back, or if you're ever in Bryson Wendell in New York, or if I just see you around at a Survivor place. Don't be a stranger.
Are you located in New York?
No, Maryland.
I'm in the area.
Okay, so
Josh is in the area.
Quick. Yeah.
I'm a bus ride away. So that's where I'm at.
Maybe I might. Who knows? We'll see. I know.
No pressure. I understand you're busy. And there's always Survivor.
I got a lot of friends out there in New York as far as Survivor goes. So I mean, it's not like I wouldn't be a good company for sure. I would definitely have good company. So.
And there's a lot of 45 cast up here too.
Oh,
Kelly,
I know.
Yeah, there's a lot up here. So
yeah. I know that. So, but yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna hit it, guys.
Yeah. But and to the viewers as well, we thank everyone for coming in. It's Sifu. Yeah. Do you have where good things can happen for Zay? But no. All right. Take care, everyone.